Episode 9.
We are live, back in action.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome back to We Still Like Each Other, the podcast. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Travis.
I am with the works on Instagram.
I'm Trav, you nerds.
And we are actually recording a little earlier than we like to.
Oh, we're telling them?
Yeah.
What about the magic of Hollywood?
They just don't say anything. You know what it is? Because we film Saturday usually and we drop on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we're filming on Thursday night. So what if something crazy happens on Friday, Saturday that we don't address and then our audience just thinks like we're out of touch?
Well, then we have to get another one. Just keep dropping them.
Yeah. But yeah, we're filming a little early. Why are we filming early?
We're going on a camping trip.
Yeah.
Woo! I don't know how you feel about it. I'm not that excited, but you know, my mom really wants us to go. So I'm
excited.
I love my mom, so I will be there.
Yeah.
But I'm not that excited. But you know, I'm open to being proven wrong.
Yeah. Today was super hot. I heard rain might be coming in, so I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, you know how
but
it is.
I'm excited.
Sometimes it will say rain in a certain area, then you go somewhere else and it's beautiful. So hopefully.
What I'm most excited for is your mom's cooking, because she's going to be cooking all weekend.
Yeah, but it's a camping trip. It's going to be like hot dogs and...
She's Jamaican. You think we only eating hot dogs the whole weekend? I
promise you that whatever you think you're going to eat, you're not going to get.
So. I bet you. We're going to have an update.
Okay.
That I'm going to eat something yummy.
I'm going to clip this, and then the next segment will be you crying about the food.
All right. And what if she didn't make something yummy? Then, besides hot dogs, what do I get? No, it's a bet. Now we got to make a bet.
I'm good.
So you're not so confident?
No.
Oh, gosh.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. So anything exciting happened this week?
This week, what happened this week? I don't think so, unless you know something I don't. No conversations. I'll tell you that.
No conversations. We had a nice week.
We had a beautiful week. A few of you pointed out the tension in the last episode. I watched it back a few times myself, and even in the intro, Steph was looking at me crazy. I'm just like, damn.
I told y'all I can't fake it. I don't remember if y'all remember from episode 1 when I was telling the story of how I met up with Travis, but I was already so pissed, and like I couldn't fake it, like I couldn't kiss you or anything. Like that's just me.
So as you can tell, we're in a much better place.
I hope my body language is better. People were like, oh my God, your body language. You were spicy.
We're having sex still.
We were still having sex too before.
Yeah. Angry
but when we
sex.
were done, I'd be like, this doesn't mean shit is all right.
Facts.
So yeah. So I've been reflecting on that conversation.
Sorry.
Okay.
You always say, how are you? How's your week? And I watch them back and I just let you start going on about your life. And I never give you that.
My week.
How are you, baby?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
But I was going to say about the tension.
Okay.
And about that conversation that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of have an announcement we're going to make. And I've been reflecting and realizing how like some of my fears connected to that announcement was making me project more anger towards that conversation that we had.
Yeah.
So I guess we might as well give the announcement.
We're pregnant.
Well, y'all already know that. So basically, we said that the conversation we had last week revolved around money and that we would eventually touch base on that. And we will. So we're not going to cover that now. However, since last week's episode, we've made the decision that I am going to
quit her job.
I'm going to quit my job. So I haven't even told my job yet, but by the time this airs, I would have told my job.
Yeah.
If you watched last week, I mentioned how I'm unvaccinated and I won't be considering it at all until I have my son. And I don't need anybody's medical advice. That's just my decision. Like, I want to wait until he's born.
And nothing against anyone who's decided to do that.
Yeah.
It's just something we're not willing to
Dude, it's just a personal thing.
Yeah,
like
it's a personal
we
choice.
don't think anyone who did decide to do it or decided to do it while pregnant, like, oh my God, they made a bad choice. Everybody does what's right for them and what they feel is right in their heart and whatever. But right after this video aired, that video, episode 8, this is episode 9, right after last week's episode aired, the education system that I work for announced that.
Well, first tell them. Well, put it in chronological order. First, it was the was it CDC, FDA?
No, Pfizer. The FDA.
FDA. I always confuse it too. The FDA approved Pfizer as like the official vaccine, like they're FDA approved. And literally, I want to say like within like a 30-minute window,
Yeah.
she got an email from the DOE.
The Department of Education, that all teachers, all school staff, so like even the custodians, anybody that works within the DOE school must be vaccinated. Which, if the leading scientists of the world are saying that that's what's best for our kids, I'm all for it. Which is why I want to step back and, take the year off to just do what I feel is best for me. And bringing it back to our conversation from the previous week, we had a conversation about money. And I feel like deep down, I was already stressing like what might happen if my job did mandate the vaccine and what that would mean about if I left my job, what it would mean for us financially. So I feel like that's what made me more tense about it, like knowing that possibility was looming over us. But when the announcement was made, instead of me feeling more stressed and overwhelmed, for some reason, I felt like peace.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
It was
like that moment before someone like becomes a serial killer. Just very tranquil.
I was like, why am I so calm about losing my job? Leaving my job, because I didn't, I wasn't fired, but I was so worried before. The possibility of it happening was stressing me out. I had a few episodes of not wanting to get out of bed, crying hysterically. And I'm like, is it my hormones or is it me worrying about money? But then when it was announced and I was like, well, I guess I'm taking the year off. I just felt calm. It was weird. I was like, is it weird that I'm so calm? But yeah, so my point in even bringing all of that up was I feel like that conversation last week stemmed from that fear. But we've discussed it and
in length. We definitely weighed all the pros and cons. The cons for us mostly is financial. But when you weigh all the pros, I'm actually excited. It's not, we're going to have to be more disciplined with money, but I think the long-term effects are just going to be way.
What are the pros that you're saying?
All the sandwiches you're going to make me. And, right?
Okay, what else?
Well, no, being I was going to try to make some more jokes, but honestly, our son will be with you for the first, let's say, 9 months of his life. For a lot of people, that is not a possibility. Unfortunately, some people, their maternity, let's say, gives them 3 months off and then they're looking for a babysitter or.
That was our reality. If I would have stayed, I would have only had 12 weeks off. And that's that 6 weeks was maternity leave. The other 6 weeks would have been medical leave, and I'd be using my own sick days that I've accumulated.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'd be able to take the full 12 weeks.
So, and then it would have been, hopefully family would have been able to help. If not, we would have been looking for a babysitter or a daycare. And it's not, for anyone who's been, had the luxury of being home with their newborn for a long stretch of time, you value that. You don't have that fear of a stranger or just someone who doesn't care as much as you do taking care of your child. Yeah. So the fact that now we're going to be able to have that's a huge pro or huge positive in my book. So I'm looking forward to it. And I think for your mental health as well, I'm looking forward to you I feel like it's not like you're not going to hustle. I know you. I'm going to go to work, come back, and you'll have started a new business. So I'm not I am very aware that we have to be more disciplined with money, but I'm not worried about us not accomplishing it.
Yeah. I feel like we've always been inconsistent with our spending habits. And I feel like now we're kind of going to be forced because we are both like anti-debt. Like we don't want to like rack up on credit cards or anything like that. So I think this is going to force us to live with a little less for a while. And like you said, I do have my tutoring business, which I plan to still do. But I still have most of the day to take care of our home and our kids because, you know, I tutor kids who are already in school. So I'll be tutoring from 3 o'clock to like 7 p.m., but I'll have all day, which is like amazing. I'm excited. I'm scared. I can't remember the last time I've been like unemployed.
Yeah.
So
she's ever since I've known you, you've been this workaholic. Mm-hmm. Even when you probably didn't have to, you were still grinding it out. And, you know, we've discussed why that may have been. And I feel like now, if it means I have to work a little harder, this is my gift to you. And I'm happy to give it to you. So I'm happy for our family. So, you know, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
I know. It's nerve-wracking though, like in terms of like we're about to have a baby.
Yeah.
Like there's expenses that come with that. Like what do we have to buy? We're not having a baby shower because COVID and we're due around the holidays. So it's like we might have to buy a lot of the things ourselves to get started. Also, we're currently on the health insurance that's provided by my job, which is a city job. So I have, you know, pretty decent health insurance without a premium. Now we're going to have to switch over to your job's health insurance, which is great compared to a lot, but it's still a expense that we didn't have before. So it's a big adjustment.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of adjustments, but...
So, you know, our friends and family listening out there, take it easy on us. We cannot be going to dinners. We cannot take any trips.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
We're going to be little homebodies for a while, but we can get through it.
Homebodies with y'all.
Yeah, right? With our, we still like each other family.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the topics we're going to cover today. So last week we talked all about OnlyFans.
And sex work.
And at the time, OnlyFans basically said they're going to ban sexually explicit conduct, but not nudity. We talked all about that previous episode. What did Tyga announce?
So Tyga released a press release with a company called MyStar, 2 Ys.
And we're talking about Tyga. I put the lime and the coconut into...
You had to go that far back. You couldn't.
What's something new he had? He has all the videos with all the like girls shaking their asses.
That's every video. Yeah, that one. Tyga. Young Money Tyga. So Tyga deletes his OnlyFans accounts and set to launch his own platform, MyStar. Today, multi-platinum artist and entrepreneur Tyga deletes his OnlyFans account amidst the headlines in the past 24 hours. So
Tyga had an OnlyFans.
In the past 24 hours and prepares to launch his own innovative platform, MyStar, for the current and new wave of content creators slated for a full release by October. Isn't that when OnlyFans said they would?
Yes, so October 1st was the original like deadline of the ban.
You see what's going on
He's a moneymaker. He's a hustler. Can't be mad at it.
I'm going to skip a little. This new platform will only take 10% from creators' earnings as opposed to OnlyFans' 20%. In addition to subscription content, creators will have ability to sell NFTs as well as features relevant to the music industry. I'm not sure what that one means. But long story short, Tyga was going to launch his only company similar to OnlyFans.
The Jeff Bezos of titties.
Basically. He must have had a bank banking him that wasn't afraid to invest or...
That kind of reminds me, actually, a little while ago, one of our viewers on YouTube commented about okay, what about the dependency of, I guess, creators, sex workers on the big pimp, meaning like OnlyFans and how they got to pay them off money.
Yeah.
So I was unsure on how to answer that. Like, yeah, like the dependency sucks, but what's the solution, right? I was like, what? Maybe sex workers creating their own platform, right? But then eventually that's going to grow. And now these original sex workers, creators are going to become the pimps. So it's like, it's always going to eventually, there's going to be
Jeff
someone
Bezos
at the top.
started in his garage selling books.
Mm-hmm.
And
so then now that you read that about Tyga, it's kind of like, you know, a creator. He's not a sex worker, but he's a content creator for OnlyFans. And he's like, I'm going to do it for us, but I'm going to, instead of pimping you for 20%, I'm going to lower it to 10%, make it, you know, a nice little, it's more manageable.
so he's a nicer pimp.
A nicer pimp.
Oh.
But I get it. It's a business at the end of the day, and there's cost involved, and you work and you want to be paid. You want to be compensated, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one's saying it should be charity work. But yeah, that was interesting that kind of just all linked together.
For sure.
But then after Tyga did that,
OnlyFans reneged.
yup.
I don't have their.
I have the tweet. We actually posted it, and they basically said, "Thank you to everyone for making your voices heard. We have secured assurances," what does that mean? "necessary to support our diverse creator community and have suspended the planned October 1st policy change." So they say, never mind. OnlyFans stands for inclusion, and we will continue to provide a home for all creators. So when I saw it, I'm like, great. You know, everybody took it to the media. Everybody was talking about it. Everyone listened to our podcast and saw that Stephanie was right.
So can you translate that statement for us?
So someone on Twitter translated what that really meant. So they said what OnlyFans wanted to say was, "We literally don't care about you and thought we could get away with it, but the media seems to not let us exploiting you dirty, not like us." I'm butchering it. "The media seems to not like us exploiting you dirty harlots for some reason. Weird. Anyways, we need money still, so please do ignore the last update and get your genitals out so we can get that bag before we fuck you over again within the next few weeks or so. Thanks."
It's pretty accurate.
So when I first saw it, of course I was excited. But I did say, oh, what does that mean? We secured assurances. So like, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean we're going to phase it out slowly so that way y'all make your money and have an exit plan? Does that mean they're going to create a separate platform? Like, what does that mean?
I don't think there's any info yet.
Yeah, like, so it's kind of, and of course, like, remember you said, and I was trying to fight you on it, you were like, OnlyFans will hurt the most. And it seems like they were afraid of that. Like, yeah, oh shit.
So can you admit that I was right?
No, because I still don't care if they get hurt. I'm worried about the creators. But you have a point, you know, not the right point,
but I don't have to repeat it, but basically I said it'll hurt them the most. I care about the creators the most. I still stand by that.
Baby, I'm just messing with you.
You
You care about the sex workers. I know
do.
this.
All of them.
And the creators. So yeah, it's interesting because it's like, is it because the media wasn't gonna let you live it down, or is it genuine?
I think they knew the backlash, the bad PR, everyone was going to jump ship. Maybe not necessarily to Tyga's platform, but to a platform.
I saw people sharing like all these other platforms they could go to. I'm like, I never heard of any of these.
Yeah, but it just takes a large group of people to take a chance on something, and then next thing you know, you have something.
But it's also like there could be other companies that are like taking advantage of this little PR stunt with OnlyFans and then drawing people into maybe a worse platform, a platform that's not as secure, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a little scary too, because I even saw people posting like, oh, share this. And then a couple of hours later, they were like, oh, don't use this site because they share X, Y, and Z. So it's like,
it's a weird world. I mean, not weird. You just have to be careful.
yeah, with actually, I was talking earlier about that meme that it was like 1 week, everyone's like experts on, what did they say? Experts on like infectious diseases. Now they're like political analysts about Afghanistan. And then they were like experts on where sex workers should post their content or not, right? Like everybody is hyper focused on one thing for like a few minutes until it's not hot anymore.
It's the news cycle.
Yeah. Which is fine, but I feel like we have to be careful with what we're sharing. Like I'm not going to tell sex workers, sign up for this site that I've never used, I've never heard of, just because someone else retweeted it.
I am extremely careful about what I share. If I see, like, let's say someone I see post like, so-and-so passes away. Mm-hmm. I do a bunch of Googles until like I go to a reputable source and say, okay, damn, they really passed away.
You know which one I looked up for a lot to make sure? Kobe. Yo, that shit had me tweaking. I was like, nah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Especially since he's had those type of fake death stories before.
Oh my God, his birthday just passed. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But yeah. I just feel like we got to see what happens. And at the end of the day, especially like I'm talking all this shit. I'm not a sex worker. So at the end of the day, is my opinion. But we do have to listen to the actual creators that are on there and making a living and give them a voice, you know?
Yeah.
We were actually talking about having guests. And we were like just brainstorming because, you know, we're on episode 9. I read somewhere that most podcasts don't even make it to episode 10. So like, I'm excited. We're like on a roll and we want to start looking to down the line, not too far down the line, but having guests on. And I feel like maybe we could use this space to give a voice to people on shit that we shouldn't really be taking up too much space, like sex work.
Yeah.
But yeah. You wanted to tell us about some divorce going on in Hollywood.
You know how I get about divorce.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, yeah.
And anytime I hear anyone's like separating, and I know they've been together for a long time, it just like it hurts.
He like feels like personally attacked. He gets nervous.
I don't get nervous. Like you think that I'm concerned that it's like, oh, they broke up. We're not.
They break up.
No, I don't think like it's just sad, you know,
Okay.
like especially if someone's been together for a long time and maybe it's seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, damn, nobody's safe out here.
We're good, baby.
But damn, I don't even remember his name. I think it's Del Curry, but Seth Curry's parents.
Yeah.
That's how
you don't have notes?
no, I only have the thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
But Seth Curry's parents, I think his father's name is Del. I apologize. I don't know his mom's name, but you would know them as Seth Curry's parents. Mm-hmm. His father was a former NBA player, and now his son is a superstar NBA player who he has
his other son's in the NBA too.
Yeah, and his son-in-law is in the NBA as well. So
basketball family.
Definitely. But the story here is that Seth Curry's parents are divorcing after 33 years of marriage. There's a lot of, I quickly, scrolled TMZ. There's like cheating stuff in there. She's apparently possibly living with the person she cheated with already. And so he's not trying to give her any spousal support. It's getting nasty.
See, I did not read all that tea. I was doing my hair for like 4 hours today. But it goes to show you, like, no matter how long you're in a relationship, if it no longer serves you, you separate. Like, there's so much life to live. Like, They could say 33 years, let's just die together. Or they could say, well, I got another.
Well, let me pause you there for a second.
Okay.
There was a gentleman who goes by Soaking on Twitter. Mm-hmm. His at name is Solomon Misery or Missouri. I'll put the at here on Twitter.
Wait, we don't know who this guy is that we're promoting. What?
Well, I'm promoting his messaging to Seth Curry's dad.
Yeah, but what if he's like a serial killer and we're like,
I focused on this small moment of.
So yeah, read the tweets, but I don't know if we gotta promote his name.
Okay, well, I want to give credit to the source.
Okay, it wasn't him. It wasn't Travis.
So he started off his tweets with, "Bud, let me tell you something. You don't want to be out here. You think you want to be out here because you're not out here. When you get out here, you ain't going to want to be out here no more. Last time you was out here was different. You think it's something better. I've come to let you know the best you're going to get is what you already got."
And by out here, he means like
the streets.
The dating world. The streets. Okay.
I don't know why you don't want to go. I don't know why you don't want to do the work. You're going to come out here and ain't going to like it. All they do is start podcasts and talk about plate fixing.
Hey,
I feel attacked.
Right?
14 minutes being out here, you're going to start saying these females.
Oh, God. And then I'm going to put my ears away. You saw that meme?
If you can make it work, do so. You don't want to be out here learning TikTok dances and falling off milk crates. Love the wife of your youth. Bud, they want rounds now. You better pray about coming out here. You think it's a game till you're in the middle of a 60,000 people in a panty and she pointing her finger at you all hard rapping Flo Milli lyrics.
Oh my God.
Do you like turmeric? Charcoal ice cream? You better learn to like it. You don't know nothing about the sneaky link. Now you knocking on the door of a 22-year-old with 3 other roommates because she got a side piece. You're going to be wearing a hottie shirt by Thanksgiving. You better ask your wife to forgive you. You better go listen to Lemonade and pray about it. You don't have the cholesterol to be out here. They not eating butter pecan no more. Bluebell ain't out here. You gonna be chasing Cialis with Red Bull.
Oh my God.
Do you know what a group chat is? You better learn because you finna be the subject.
Oh, those group chats are.
Do you know how to make a mimosa? Tulum?
Tulum.
These people are 60% crab leg, 30% iced coffee, and 10% vape pen.
Oh my God.
Beloved, whatever went wrong, go back and make it right. They pegging out here. Hey, no kink shaming.
No kink shaming.
I'm not trying to scare you.
He probably wants to get pegged.
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you. These people are children of Rihanna, born in the fires of chaos. You ready to leave your wife of 30 years till you wake up and your body is surrounded by rosé quartz and moon water?
Rose quartz.
Rose quartz. The end.
Hold on, let me see this. Because I feel like we need to dissect this.
Oh, my message is simple, Del Curry. Go home and be a family man.
Because first of all, he's assuming he can't keep up with the women of today to give them rounds, right?
Yeah.
What if his wife wants rounds that he can't give? What if that's the case?
Did you enjoy the comedy here?
I enjoy it, but come on, like what else he said that I was like, I gotta go up. It was like towards the beginning. You ain't gonna like what's out here. Oh, you saw that meme about, when men say these females, I take my ears off and put them in my purse. Because every time a guy says these females, he's gonna say some dumb shit. You don't want to be out here the milk crates. Can we talk about the milk crates?
I don't know what's going on. I think
where the fuck did that come from?
the FBI is dropping them off in the hood.
No, Reed Thompson is from Snowfall.
the CIA.
So I'm gonna be that girl to be like, say something. Of course, they were funny. Some of them were funny. I did not like the ones I saw that it was apparent that they were kind of enticing like the neighborhood homeless person.
Oh, we're on crates.
On
okay,
crates.
sorry.
What you thought I was talking about?
I thought we were still on Dell, but forget it.
Oh, so the milk crates.
Got you.
It was funny, ha ha ha, when people just, you know,
We're doing it because
just
they wanted to
because
do
they
it.
wanted to do it. But if you're like trying to pay off a crackhead and say, I'll give you $10 if you do this, like that's fucked up. Yeah. Like it was getting me tight. Like if I could, I would watch one, but if I could visibly tell that it's some street motherfuckers like trying to get a crackhead to be like, yeah, you could do it, and they're like leaning on I'm not gonna watch it because I feel like that's fucked up. But there were a lot of like quote unquote sane people just deciding to do this for fun. Like why?
I'm not a thrill chaser, so I don't know what goes.
And what thrill? Like you want to break your back?
I will say that there was a video of a guy doing it while rolling a blunt, and that shit was impressive as fuck. He is now the logo for the crate challenge. So.
But how about the girl who did it in heels?
That was impressive too.
She went all the way up and all the way down in high heels.
I mean, it's funny, but and I hear your point, but the more serious thing, people are really getting hurt, like seriously hurt. I think I didn't get to watch it, but I saw a clip of a doctor saying like you could like really injure yourself, like paralyze yourself.
Yeah, there was a video of a guy. The ambulance was there. Like they didn't show the challenge, but it was just like the after effects. And he was still. So I'm like, is he paralyzed? Like,
yeah, I'd say there's way better ways to spend your time, and much more challenging challenges that are actually safe. Like we had our laughs. I think we should move on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why. I really want to see like who was player one that started all of this, but
like your teeth.
Oof.
And like they're falling so hard, like they could snap a bone in any second. They're falling on their backs. It was cringeworthy. But yeah.
Are we off my boy Dell?
We're off Dell, but like I was saying before, you were like, listen to this man telling a man that he can't handle these women these females out here. I was gonna say that it shows that no matter how long you've been in a relationship, if it's no longer serving you, you have the right to move on. Again, we do not know the ins and outs of their relationship, the details, the cheating, the infidelity. Like, we don't know. But, yeah, I feel like it's sad because since they're public figures, everything's going to be scrutinized. And it's always, he doesn't want to pay spousal. It's already going to like the man and the money and her wanting it. It's like the same shit always, which I hate.
Yeah, same old song.
Same old song. But it doesn't matter how long you're with somebody because they've been together 33 years, but they're relatively young and healthy and they might live another 33 years. So why not have that rest of your life happy?
Living your truth.
Yeah, and not being stuck with someone just because time or because you're in the public eye and how it's gonna look. Like, fuck everybody. And again, this is hot right now for a couple of days and then
the next news cycle. Unless they find a way to scrutinize his wife because, the media loves that. Painting her as the gold digger, cheating. Whore.
Exactly. Like,
sorry.
Triggered. So Monday, we were supposed to
Oh, yeah.
So we decided that we wanted to like watch a show together and like post about it on Instagram stories, kind of like our reactions during the commercial breaks.
Exactly.
But
I was going to say something people could watch during the commercial break.
Something like commercial breaks or whatever. But this week was a mess for us. Like one of my best friends moved to Texas today. So like we hung out and stuff like that. We didn't have time to watch the episodes when they aired. We did catch up though on Hulu. So we are watching Bachelor in Paradise.
That shit is wild. And I'm not even like a reality romantic show kind of guy. I did watch The Last Bachelor only because it was the first Black Bachelor.
So the hype around that, we watched it.
So I don't know. Like, I'm not in the Bachelor fandom. There's like the whole
community.
But this show is pretty wild, the whole concept. So basically they take old Bachelor contestants and old Bachelorette contestants, and basically anyone who didn't get chosen, and they put them on an island, Paradise Island. And the whole goal is for you to basically walk out of there engaged or just potentially in a relationship.
But week to week, people get sent home. So week 1, there were 10 guys, and then it ended up being 14 women.
Yeah.
So at the end of week 1, each guy has to pick the girl he wants to stay on the island, and 4 women went home. So think about it. There's 14 women to 10 guys. Imagine how that week went on the island when all the girls are trying to secure a spot in the next week. So it's like elimination rounds, and you don't want to get eliminated.
There was some thirsty moves going on.
Yes, and like shady shit and weird shit, and men taking advantage of it and loving every second of it.
It was it's funny how quickly the tables turned, because once that week 1 was over, then it was time for the women. They were it's still 10 women, but they were bringing on
more guys. So once those 4 women went home, it was even 10 and 10. But obviously then there'd be no show. So now more men are being introduced. And so far 2 men got introduced. And exactly what you think was going to happen happened. One of the guys came in with his muscles of steel.
He was a little smaller than me.
Yeah, right. Oh, sorry.
He was a little smaller than me. Pretty fit guy, like decent. And he's already sealed the deal.
They slept in the boom boom room.
He got the clapping of the cheeks. Yeah, so and the editing on that show is A1.
Yeah, the editing is hilarious.
I'm a sucker for good editing. Like we always point out shows that have terrible editing.
Like shows on TLC. But the editing on this show is hilarious.
So they're showing the guy and the girl, the new
guy, the one that's a little smaller than
Travis. Me. Like, having a romantic dinner, having sex, but then they cut to the other guy on
the guy she was seeing before he got there,
just like singing love songs,
playing the ukulele and shit.
So it's fucked up, but it's funny. It's so entertaining. So that's our guilty pleasure right now.
So this coming Monday,
we're gonna do our best.
We're gonna do our best to actually watch it live, so that way we could like interact with people online and like share our reactions on the commercial breaks and shit. But the way you hear this show, it's basically men and women being thirsty over each other, trying to secure a spot in the next day. In, best case scenario, you meet a guy that's just who you stick with the whole time. But what we're seeing, and the reason why the show's probably so many seasons in, is because it gets messy, it gets chaotic. There's a lot of snatching away people's partners.
And people go there with the hopes that someone they've had their eye on shows up
because again, this is like Bachelor Nation, so like there's a community amongst them. There's been so many bachelors, bachelorettes. So yeah, would you rather have your daughter on Bachelors in Paradise or on OnlyFans?
I still think I'm gonna pick OnlyFans.
Okay, right.
That was my choice last week, right?
It was like OnlyFans versus
just fucking.
Serial dating on
or serial
Tinder.
Fucking,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Serial fucking on Tinder.
Yeah, I'm still going to OnlyFans.
Right.
Yeah, this show's
it's so cringe.
Yeah, it's cringe, but I can't stop looking. So.
Yeah, I know. It's like so good. We like specifically said, what's a cringe relationship TV show we could watch? And a few people said that.
Yeah.
You know what I do want to start watching, because it's like Black love and positive? The Tiana Taylor show. I kind of want to see what that's about.
It's like the Shumps or something.
I don't know what it's called. No, I don't even think it has their name in the title.
Okay.
But I kind of want to see that, to kind of like watch some Black love that's not cringe.
I fuck with them.
Right? I want to see it. But I feel, what network is it
I think
on?
it's on E.
Okay, because I'm like, is it VH1? Because I hate VH1 editing. I can't watch VH1 reality shows
Pretty
either.
sure it's E.
Like they do that whole like suspense for something that's not that serious. They'll like hype something up before the commercial, and then after the commercial repeat the same shit over and over. Like I fucking can't deal with VH1 shows. But yeah, we should give that a try. To not just be on some cringy fuck boy, fuck girl shit. Yeah. All right. You have any closing words?
I think we should aim for a bonus episode this week.
You think so?
Yeah, I would like that.
Ooh, you know what we should talk about? Just not the whole episode, but the reaction I get when I tell my boss I'm quitting.
Oof.
Because I'm doing that tomorrow. Even though when you watch this, I would have already done it.
It would have been like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
And we could tell them all about our camping trip.
Yes.
Get that out the way. Like I said, the benefit of this is that we get to do it from our home. So if we have something we feel like we want to say, why not?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh my God, our Instagram stories have been lit today. So many people are DMing me about the vibrator.
Toys.
The vibrator that I posted.
The rose.
And this is what I love about us being us, because it's like, I feel like other people feel open to be who they are and have these conversations,
Yeah, you definitely, I can see people opening up. Like they'll follow us and they're not really quite sure what's happening here. And then they're seeing what type of content we put out, the things we discuss. And can you tell the funny story that happened today really quick? You don't have to say who said it, but basically how last week we were like, or I was like, let's not talk about vaccination.
Oh yeah. So someone was telling us like, we noticed the tension in the last episode. So we started talking about that. Then we were talking about like me not being vaccinated and the effects of work. She goes, yeah, I figured because in the podcast, I know Travis kind of didn't really want to talk about it, but you were like, fuck that. Like, I'm not vaccinated. But it's crazy how y'all talked about being cheaters when y'all started your relationship and how Travis had his penis in another vagina in your bed, but you don't want to talk about vaccinations.
And when and obviously we didn't express it that way, but when you say it so blunt. It's like,
and she really told me like that. So when I told Travis, he goes, she said it like that. I'm like, yeah, she said it like that.
But it's true. It's like, look, I'm like reserved about talking about vaccination, but I'm like, yeah, so we were dating this girl once and
yeah, we have sex 5 times a week, sometimes 3. But oh my God, vaccinations. Because like the fucking internet is like at war with each other. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's like both sides, the anti-vaxxers and the pro-vaccines.
This might bring peace.
It's bringing civil war. Like, but maybe we should be talking about sex instead of fucking health. Yeah. But yeah. So possible bonus episode. Now we got to do one.
No, I want to do it.
Got to be careful.
My schedule's changing up a little, so I think we could, slip one in. It doesn't.
Also, if you have an idea for guests, let us know.
Yeah. We have some ideas, but I think if we start to hear from you all, it'll kind of point us in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But definitely hit us up.
Yes, sir.
Join us on Monday as we talk about Bachelor in Paradise
on our
Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Our Instagram is We Still Like Each Other.
Thanks for giving me more work.
All right, baby. Daddy.
Ooh. See, when she leaves her job, I get daddy on the air. Do you still like me?
I still like you. I love you more.